Previously, Shadow Garden has began to attack all around the city at the same time, attempting to save the kidnapped princess. Guards were waiting for Kage to come down his normal route while he quickly caught and boot tossed at him. The guards started explaining that Kage is holding the princess's boot and they should deal with him. While trying to arrest Kage, they noticed their friends were killed behind them. While Kage quickly killed an guard, freaking the other guard out, Kage started slicing his limbs off while he was confused what's happening. Kage quickly transformed into his Shadow Garden form, finishing off the remaining guard. Meanwhile, arriving at the princess's location, he spotted the corrupted commander of the knights has defeated the princess in battle. The knight was ready to attack Kage, launching his sword at him and massive shockwave has appeared. While Kage has disappeared, shocking the knight, Kage has appeared in front of the princess instantly. The town continued to be under attack while the demon has appeared onto the surface. Scaring all the soldiers, they started firing guns at the demon, having no effect while the demon launched a ground slam, knocking them into the sky. Knights has appeared behind the demon, slashing its back. The demon's back regenerated, instantly shocking the knights. The demon launched an attack against the knights while they instantly got back up ready to attack. The princess' older sister appeared, slicing the demon's back, making a huge mark while the demon regenerated. The princess prepared to attack while she started charging up her signature magic attack, launching her sword while slicing the demon's arm off completely, instantly followed up with launching the demon into an wall. The demon regenerated his arm within a few seconds, shocking the princess. Using her magic to attack, she started repeatedly attacking with magic, holding the demon back while an Shadow Garden member appeared. The princess was confused who she was while they kept ignoring her. The Shadow Garden member dodged the demon's attack. The princess thought she was hit while she appeared into the sky, falling, creating a sword out of magic while she started charging magic. While it was glowing, blinding everyone around, she hit the demon, causing massive damage, destroying the demon in one attack. The princess was overwhelmed with the power she had. A girl has appeared inside the magic, dropping onto the ground while she picks up a picture left by her. The princess started asking who she was while she explained they are Shadow Garden while disappearing inside the fog. Becoming shocked about her magic power, the princess got back on track, leading the knights. During combat, Kage and the commander of knights started clashing swords, while the knight started empowering himself with magic, causing massive shockwaves. The princess got up to avoid being hit, while Kage endured the aura very easily, taking minimal knockback, blocking his attacking without using magic. The knight became shocked while Kage started defeating him without magic, completely knocking him onto the ground. Explaining to him he's about to be finished, the knight quickly got up, clashing swords at insane speeds, causing the area to become destroyed. While the princess started remembering her sword style being used that her sister enjoyed that everyone else hated, while she didn't give up on it and continued training with the same sword style, becoming shocked that a powerful user was using the same sword style. Kage sliced the enemy's chest, knocking him down. While he started intimidating him with magic on his eye, the knight started explaining that it's rare people can use so many pills at once, but he was able to. He quickly chugged magic boosting pills, creating powerful aura around him. Transforming him into a demon, he slashed his sword in the air while it started destroying the wall from the force. The demon started focusing magic into his sword while launching at Kage, clashing swords. The whole tunnel starts to break down, while Kage counters his attacks with more force, punching the demon, stunning him while kicking him to the ground. Slamming his foot onto the pills he left on the ground, creating a giant magic area covering the area around them. The demon started explaining no one could ever have this much power, while Kage started explaining he wanted to be able to survive a nuke, coming up with a solution to become the nuke itself, while the demon quickly started launching at Kage. Upon attacking Kage, his sword became broken, freaking him out while falling to the ground, giving up. Kage started launching his attack, slowly releasing his powerful magic. It disappeared instantly. Appearing instantly was an explosion consuming the whole tunnel, killing the knight. The surface began to rumble, destroying everything in its path, creating a gigantic nuke of magic power overflowing. While Shadow Garden became amazed about their leader's power, collecting info. The princess's older sister became overwhelmed while knowing the princess is in that location, rushing toward the nuke. The nuke has caused extreme damage to the town, wiping out a fourth of the city. While remaining in shock, Alexia couldn't stop thinking about her sword style the man was using. Collecting her sword that she spotted on the ground, she started practicing her sword style while not hating it for once. While lost in mind, she heard her sister's voice while she was rushing at her. Hugging each other, her sister asked if she was okay while Alexia replied she was fine. Leaving a giant hole in the city, Alexia appeared with Kage. He started leaving the area while Alexia wanting to talk, she started building up the courage to ask him in question. Kage started leaving the area again until Alexia blurted out if he wanted to stay in the fake relationship still. Kage started smiling at her while pulling his hand up, making an thumbs down while declining her offer. Shocking Alexia, she became embarrassed shortly after hitting Kage, making his blood fall everywhere, explaining it was a mystery to the school with no body or information from that day. Shadow Garden requested a meeting. Surprised almost everyone showed up. They started talking about the explorer and researcher not appearing at the meeting while explaining they have fake Shadow Garden impersonators ruining their reputation. Killing people randomly for no reason while leaving a note with Shadow Garden on them. The knights started reconstructing the gigantic hole that was left in the city. The princess requested the best researcher to find about the artifact that was left in the battle, bringing in schoolgirl that has the best grades to deal with the research. She started bringing all her books about the artifact home until she ran into someone falling down, dropping all the books. Kage appeared in blood trying to help her up, surprising her while still taking his help getting up, becoming overwhelmed by the interaction. Meanwhile, in an alley someone was being cornered by a murderer. The murderer kept saying "We are Shadow Garden" repeatedly, killing the innocent person while leaving a note behind with Shadow Garden name. While Kaganu's friends started asking about Princess Alexia's relationship with him, Kaganu explained it was over while they started wondering why he didn't move up in step with her, explaining they know one way to get girls by giving them the new food called chocolate in the brand new shop in town. Kaganu got curious there was chocolate in this world. While the girl kept researching about the artifact, the knights found at the cult's building. Arriving at the new shop with chocolate and girl came out wanting Kaganu to take in survey, while his friends started wanting to take one instead of him. She explained she only needed one person while Kaganu started following her. Kaganu started wondering why he was being taken into a random area asking the girl. Arriving onto the roof he was surprised at the view. Inside the room he saw servants of Shadow Garden led by one of the members. Remembering how they met he knew she was smart but the downside was she always been clumsy. Kaganu took a seat on the throne while everyone was amazed. She started to remember Kaganu releasing her oven curse to become his servant, explaining they have gathered funds with his chocolate idea he gave them while surprised at the amount of cash. They started explaining someone was going around impersonating Shadow Garden killing people for no reason. Kaganu thought back when Princess Alexia attacked him telling the Shadow Garden members he knows who was doing it. Surprising them he knew the answer already. Before he left they introduced him to a new member of Shadow Garden while explaining he came for some cheap chocolate. Kaganu started using his ability to take in golden coins secretly. Shadow Garden explained he does not need to pay while insisting he takes the expensive chocolate for free, while Kaganu gained the chocolate leaving back to his friends. Running back to the school while they are late Kaganu thought about why Alexia was killing people. Hearing a nearby fight knowing it was Alexia Kaganu stopped and started complaining he couldn't hold in his poop, wanting to go in the alley alone so they should go ahead without him. Crying to each other for being a man while they left without him he instantly changed expressions heading towards the fight. Arriving at the fight Kaganu has spotted Alexia attacking a masked man. The masked man started repeatedly saying we are Shadow Garden, shocking Kaganu that Alexia was not the murderer. While two more murderers started appearing wanting to fight her, the masked people started fighting Alexia while holding out while she could. She was overwhelmed while becoming damaged. Punching one of the masked people onto the ground they quickly overwhelmed her. She was ready to die from the last attack while the masked man started to become dead without her doing anything. Appearing Kaganu the Shadow Garden leader. Kaganu has scared the remaining masked people while they didn't know what to do so they started running away. Kaganu started heading toward them but Alexia asked him what was their goals while he explained to leave it alone. Heading toward the masked man's, they stopped on top of a roof thinking they are safe. Kaganu quickly killed one while explaining they cannot outrun him. The new Shadow Garden member has appeared. She started to say leave the rest to me wanting to make him talk. Kaganu left the area leaving it to her. The masked man started launching at the girl while she instantly attacked him transforming into her Shadow Garden form. Freaking out the bandit he was going to be tortured. While the evil society started explaining some of their men died, while Alexia explained to her sister that people were using Shadow Garden name as fakes, while her sister explained they might find information when the artifact is deciphered. Appearing inside and trained Kaganu was starting to become laughing stock. Rumor has spread that he has pooped in an alley while his friends were nervous while asking if he obtained the chocolate yet. Kaganu friend has found a girl he wanted to give the chocolate to, while handing the chocolate her boyfriend has become furious because he was hitting on her, bringing him elsewhere forcefully while Kaganu and his friend left the opposite direction. His friend started explaining he was going to give chocolate away now leaving. Kaganu thought to himself he will give his chocolate to first girl he encounters, while an girl appeared next to his booth. Passing by he noticed her while placing the chocolate on her work, surprising her while she was confused what has happened while Kaganu kept leaving the area explaining she could keep it. At her study room she wondered what she was given until her grandfather appeared, letting her know that it is the new expensive chocolate, telling her that person who gave it is in love, shocking her because she never did anything related like that before. Appearing outside Kaganu had an sword tournament flyer. His Shadow Garden member wondered if he was entering while he explained he wasn't going to enter, while she started talking about the masked man, explaining and powerful brainwashing destroyed the masked man's mind so they couldn't collect any information, while Kaganu came up with an idea while his member thought he knew how to deal with it already. Backflashing when his friends gave him the poster explaining they cannot enter due to being damaged wanting him to do it for them. While Kaganu denied their requests punching them while taking the poster with him. The Shadow Garden member started flashbacking when she was young but she was corrupted turning into an curse, while Kaganu released her from the curse saving her life. Meanwhile at the sword tournament Kaganu's sister won her match instantly, while everyone started cheering for her. Kaganu's friends became sad because they gambled most their money in that match while guessing wrong. Kaganu decided to enter to show off his background character moves, preparing to fight the princess everyone knew, launching the attack so quick so he had enough time to eat fake blood, tanking the hit from the princess while using the 360 tornado fail background move. Before the referee started calling the winner he told them he's not out yet getting up instantly shocking them. Launching their attack again he decided to keep showing off his background character moves, repeatedly doing it over 40 times the princess wanted to end the fight so she started charging up her magic launching at Kaganu the referee instantly pushed him out of the way ending the match to the princess. Kaganu started throwing in tantrum that he forced to end the match explaining he had 50 more moves to show off, earning the princess's respect. While his friends lost their last money betting on Kaganu, heading back to his dorm the researcher girl appeared wanting to talk explaining she wanted to get coffee with him. Arriving with their drinks Kaganu started drinking through his bandages while the girl gave back a present she made wanting to be Kaganu's friend. He accepted the proposal while she started yelling to the window behind her with her grandfather inside, surprising Kaganu because he is one of the few people he should never talk to because they are famous. Alexia started having a snack explaining black coffee should be the way everyone drinks it, while the researcher girl started knocking at the door, wanting to talk they arrived inside. preparing her coffee with tons of sugar and milk, making Alexia disgusted. While Alexia started guessing that she wanted to talk about the research, she quickly denied her, explaining it's personal, asking her if she still was dating Kage. Alexia explained she was not and never was really because it was fake, making her happy while Alexia started shaking really badly, getting jealous. The researcher girl has lifted a big weight off her shoulders, becoming happy, leaving the room, while Kage at his desk was training his hands like normal when the princess started appearing inside the classroom. She started explaining about the student council while noticing Kage was in the class. The evil cult was planning something while using a device to cover the whole school in magic. Alexia was confused why the school gates were locked at school times. While Kage noticed something was off, so he tested his magic, appearing he couldn't use his magic at the time. Bandits started appearing at the door, breaking all the swords at the front, shocking the princess that they would attack in plain day while the bandits started charging up magic. The princess started charging as well, but she couldn't, so the bandit attacks her, breaking her weapon. About to die from the next attack, Kage started screaming, rushing toward her, pushing the princess out of the way while taking the attack head on, shocking everyone in the room. While the princess was surprised he saved her life, Kage fell onto the ground bleeding. The princess was in denial. Kage has completely died on the ground. Finding out Kage was still breathing, she went to see his final moments alive, thinking back when she first met him at the tournament. The bandits decided to not kill her anymore while everyone cooperated with them, bringing every student of the school to the biggest building in the school. While Kage was dead, he started moving his hand into the sky while pounding his own heart with magic repeatedly, becoming alive once again. Kage explained he was using magic to stop his own heart, calling it the 10-minute death background character move. Finding out everyone is outside in one spot, he started explaining magic alone wouldn't work, but when you place them into small threads it does. Kage started repairing his own wound from the sword attack while grabbing his coat. The researcher girl was studying in her room while outside her window was a rope. One of the bandit leaders started crashing through her window while she had no clue what was happening. Quickly grabbing the artifact she was researching, while the criminal started explaining he could wreak havoc all he wants after he obtains the artifact. While in shock, the bandit was about to finish her while one of the knights stepped in, blocking his attack. Another knight appeared, telling her to run while she could. Running down the halls with the artifact, Kage appeared on a roof. The knights were damaged badly while they couldn't use magic. While bandits were searching everywhere for kids they missed, while Kage started checking out the bandits' clothing. Kage hated them because it was horrible compared to his. Kage started making a mini bow with magic, silently firing them at the bandits, killing them instantly while he kept killing many other bandits all over. Finding the researcher girl, she was really bad at hiding, waiting for the bandit to leave behind the wall. Kage started killing the bandit for her while she thought he went away. She headed upstairs while not spotting the body. Kage started jumping down the building, explaining it was a move he wanted to do for a long time, checking it off his bucket list. The girl continued heading toward the library while Kage dealt with the bandits, secretly moving the bodies so she wouldn't see them, making her paranoid from the noises while she was crawling under a window. Kage decided to distract the guard, freaking him out while killing him instantly after. While the girl went up the stairs, she started to fall. Kage quickly caught her and the artifact, making them meet once again. Kage started scolding her for hiding really badly, and most of all her slippers were making an insane amount of noise. She took the slippers off after arriving at the library. She found the book on the artifact she thought was connected to the one she had, explaining it has the ability to drain everyone's magic power that isn't recognized in the artifact. After collected enough mana it will cause a massive explosion. Thinking back that everyone was in one place, so that was the building where the artifact was under. Explaining the artifact they were trying to take back was the controller for it. The bandit leader started asking if he collected the artifact yet. Explaining he didn't, he became furious, saying that was his only job, explaining he will kill him if he doesn't finish the job soon. While looking for the girl he spotted before, he has brought some backup. His backline has disappeared, freaking him out. Instantly after his front line was gone while Kage was in front of him. Kage hit him really hard, so the bandit instantly pulled his weapons out using magic to create a net, explaining speed won't matter because his nets will alert him when he enters it. While Kage was already inside of the net behind him, he punched him instantly, becoming knocked in a room he spotted a dead bandit. Shortly after spotting a whole room of dead bandits, becoming shocked, instantly becoming dead at the next encounter. The Shadow Garden member was at the bodies that was left in the research room. When Kage appeared looking for items for the artifact, she explained that one of those guys were his future husband. She started telling Kage that Shadow Garden was ready to attack at any moment. While magic was affecting them a lot, the clumsy girl was the commander at the time. While he explained she was bad in this type of work, Kage couldn't find what he was looking for while asking his member where the supplies was, ending up making her give the supplies herself. Kage explained he was disarming the artifact and it will be done by midnight, so that when she should send the Shadow Garden attack. While she noticed her future husband was still breathing, the knights were still waiting for the right moment while Shadow Garden started getting in position to attack. Shadow Garden had a member from the inside as well, while the researcher girl started preparing the magic formula for the controller.